What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen at a sleepover? Picture a guy in high school just trying to keep a low profile as he preps for college. He's that average guy in a gray hoodie known by people but never really the one in the spotlight. My younger sister was celebrating her sweet 16 in late September, and it happened to be the same weekend our parents were attending a conference in Chicago. There were a lot of discussions about it. Our parents wanted to reschedule the party so they could be there, but my sister just wanted to have her friends over and feel a bit more grown up. In the end, we reached a compromise. I'd be around just in case anything came up, and our neighbors across the street who had a daughter attending the party would keep an eye out as well. I have to admit, the girl from across the street had always been beautiful since middle school. She was around often, and secretly, I had a bit of a crush on her, though she didn't feel the same way. She was popular, the captain of the GV swim team, hilarious, and she treated me like a genuine friend, not just her friend's invisible brother. Her dad, on the other hand, always gave me a look like I was some sort of threat to his daughter. At every barbecue or holiday party, I'd feel his intense stare as if I had somehow done him wrong. The party was set for Friday night, so I took the night off from work to be the responsible adult. I wasn't quite 18 yet, so my parents were understandably hesitant to leave my sister and her friends home alone. I ordered pizza with my dad's credit card, as instructed, strictly for pizza and soda. My sister and her friends had rented a couple of movies earlier that day, and they were in the living room watching something with the volume up loud enough to mask all their laughter and excitement. Meanwhile, I was in my room, staying out of sight as much as possible. Around midnight, they all headed upstairs to my sister's room, probably because they fed the dog way too much pizza crust, and he now had serious stomach issues. Every few minutes, he'd let out gas and create some white goo. So, there I was, stuck on the living room couch, surrounded by the aftermath of the party, watching the dog's antics while dealing with the smell. At one point, I thought I heard something in the backyard. My dad had warned me to watch out for potential party crashers, so I went to check, locked the back gate, and secured the door. By AM, I was feeling pretty drowsy. I could still hear the girls upstairs, their laughter echoing like a comedy club in full swing. There was some occasional thumping from dancing and random trips downstairs to grab more soda. They seemed entirely unaware of me, sitting there on the couch with the poor dog by the front door. Then, out of nowhere, everything went silent. The laughter stopped, the footsteps vanished, just pure silence. So, out I went, standing on the front steps with the dog on a leash. I heard someone mumbling in the backyard, trying to lock the door. Moments later, 6 girls, all in their pajamas, came out from the side of the house and gathered near the front. My sister was hiding behind our neighbor's daughter, trying to keep herself covered up. That's how I found myself facing my boss's daughter, my best friend's younger sister, my ex's sibling, my own sister, the girl from across the street I'd had a crush on for ages, and a tall redhead who was new to their group, all trying to get back inside. In that moment, all I could think was, this is going to be quite a story. If anyone saw me standing here with a bunch of girls in pajamas, it'd be something to remember. And if my neighbor caught sight of his daughter like this on my front steps, well, let's just say I'd never live it down. You can come in, but only if you promise not to make a big deal out of this, my sister begged. Nudging the tall redhead forward, the redhead started to argue, but my sister cut her off. Let's just go inside. It's freezing out here. I didn't know what to say, but I just wanted them back inside as fast as possible. None of it made sense to me. And then, to make things even more surreal, our neighbor's porch light suddenly flicked on. Part 2. Our neighbor's porch lights flickered on, casting an eerie glow over the quiet street. The sudden light sent a chill through me. Then, I noticed something in their window, a dark figure, unlike anything I'd seen before. The ominous sight felt like something out of the strange mysteries that sometimes played out in our town. The girls huddled close on our porch, their eyes wide with a mix of curiosity and fear, staring at the neighbor's house as if something was pulling them in, just like characters in stories facing the unknown. Trying to sound calm, I turned to the girls. I'm going to check on the neighbor's house. Something feels off, and I need to make sure everything's okay. They looked worried but nodded, trusting me. My sister's voice shook as she said, "Please, be careful." Crossing the dim street, I felt the same kind of curiosity that drives people to uncover hidden secrets. The night seemed to hold its breath, like it was waiting for something big. As I reached the neighbor's front door, it creaked open slowly. I stepped inside, feeling the weight of the silence around me like the calm before a storm. I moved forward, drawn by faint whispers that filled the air and otherworldly sound that seemed to call me deeper into the house. It felt like a ghost story come to life. I kept exploring and found myself in a room with an ornate mirror at the center, glowing with an eerie bluish light. It was like the mirror held the answers to the strange events unfolding around me. When I reached out to touch the mirror's surface, a cold rush filled the room. Suddenly, the shadowy figure from the window appeared before me, its form inhuman, a chilling reminder of the unknown. I realized the mirror was the only way to escape this strange dimension, like a portal in one of those stories where characters journey into the supernatural. With steady nerves, I touched the mirror. In an instant, I was back in familiar reality, stumbling out of the neighbor's house. The shadowy figure was left behind, trapped in that other realm. I locked the door, my heart racing, relieved to be free from the eerie experience. My sister and her friends ran to me, their faces a mix of fear and relief. It was a night I'd never forget, an encounter with the unknown hidden behind our town's ordinary exterior. The memory of that night, the shadowy figure, the mirror, the eerie journey would always remind me of the hidden mysteries and lurking dangers in our quiet suburban life.